Hi and welcome back to my channel. This plan with me is in my B5 Archer and Olive undated planner, and it's for the week of June 22nd to 28th. Although you'll see later on that I forget what day is what because of all of this lockdown nonsense, and I get my dates all wrong. So here is my monthly spread. I haven't actually added too much more to it, just a few more embellishments, a few more details, so you can see there that month to view. And then last week's plan with me was a planner challenge. It was the hashtag PC Stronger Together, and you can see all of my stickers there, which are still available if you'd like those for free. And this week I'm taking part in another challenge. This is the hashtag Happy for Change challenge. And so you can see I've gone with a little bit more of a happy colour theme, but still wanting to firmly raise awareness and stand in solidarity with our Black brothers and sisters. And so I've made these stickers, again using Canva elements. This time a lot more editing was involved in making them, as I wanted to make sure I used really good quotes and they fit with the colour themes. But I was still really pleased to find all of these colourful templates in Canva. And so I've been getting a free monthly trial with Canva. That is coming to an end, unfortunately, although this is the last challenge that I'll be taking part in. But you can still do quite a lot on Canva's website, completely free. With the free account, there's still quite a lot available. And they do have some really, really good stock images that you can use. The protest images that I used, I found on Google. And this week, I'm going to be talking a little bit about what I think it means with this challenge to be happy for change with all of what's been going on. You can see here I've used a pin in the banners, and then I've also used it as a larger option for a sticker, and it says teach the children the truth. And something that I feel really, really strongly about is that I grew up in North London knowing very little about the true history of the city that I was growing up in, that I'm now discovering more and more about nowadays. And I really do think it's important that we teach the children the truth rather than what we're just comfortable with. So for these banners, again, I wanted to stick with that marble countertop with scattered images, so I actually found this teal marble image in Canva. So I was really pleased that I could stick to that theme that I've done throughout the last 3 spreads, so I really liked that one. And I also placed some new pins that I used Canva elements to make. So we've got the Black Lives Matter pin, and for the protest pins that I made, I've actually got them wearing little masks, because I don't think it's very responsible to forget that we are living in a time of a pandemic. So the safest ways to protest are the best ways to protest at the moment. Doesn't mean you shouldn't be protesting, doesn't mean you shouldn't be speaking out, but definitely there are safer ways to do it. Okay, so now laying down the main stickers. This first one, no matter what our differences are, let us all unite for equality and respect. And then the second one is prejudice is a burden that confuses the past, threatens the future, and renders the present inaccessible. And that is a quote from the great late Maya Angelou. And then this one here, the way to right wrongs is to turn the light of truth on them. That's a Ida B. Well Barnett quote. And then we have here an Archbishop Desmond Tutu quote, if you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. And then this one was actually the one that I saw that started it all for the colour theme for this week. I wasn't entirely sure which way I wanted to go, and I thought I have to use that one. So this is a Nelson Mandela quote, and it always seems impossible until it's done. And then the last one here, I would rather walk with someone in the dark than alone in the light, and that's a Helen Keller quote. And so this Black Lives Matter protest sticker was made entirely using different Canva elements that I put together, again using the masked protesters, and then this pin badge placed at the top here, again teaching the children the truth. So as you can see, I had to do a little bit of trimming here to make everything fit. I wanted to make sure that I still had enough room for the day covers, which I'm now going to be cutting up. As you can see there, you can really see the teal marble there. Just a really lovely swirly marble effect that I had to use. So while I'm cutting these up, I thought I'd talk a little bit just to bring some attention to 3 accounts that I'm going to link below that are on Instagram that are providing and continuing to provide information on how we can really make a change for the future now that we're really waking up to something that has been an issue for centuries. Happy for Change as a challenge to me means that we continue to get uncomfortable, we continue to address these situations, we continue to have uncomfortable conversations with people in our lives, and we continue to hold people accountable for their actions. And it also means that we also have to extend grace, that people will be learning and changing and growing at different rates. And as long as they are, really that's all that matters. So I'm going to draw attention to 3 accounts. The first one is @AttentionWhitePeople, spelt ATTN, white people. And they've got lots of different graphics and information that you can see on their page. One in particular that drew me in: 5 things that we could all be saying as white, Black Lives Matter allies. We should get comfortable saying, "Thanks for correcting me. I didn't realise that." We should get comfortable saying, "I hadn't thought of it like that, and I understand now." We should get comfortable saying, "I was wrong about that, and I've changed my mind." We should be comfortable saying, "I should do some more research before I argue this point." We should be comfortable, because there's no shame in being wrong, only in refusing to learn. Lots more informational posts on that page, so please do take a look in the link below. Another one that I wanted to share is @SoYouWantToTalkAbout ... They have a lot of graphics. Again, I find it's really good to have information given to me in that way, as long as I can back that up by following the sources of that information. And this is a page where you really can find the source of the information, and so I think that's good. It's not too good to have just the bite-sized information and not know the source that it came from. So I do think that's very important when we're sharing information. So this is a really good accountable page that shares very good information that has good solid sources. So one of the images that I came across was looking at how history has been whitewashed. And so I'm going to share a few facts that they shared on their page. So the first one that jumped out at me is something I've considered for quite some time, being a Christian myself, is when it comes to depictions of Jesus of Nazareth. He was not a wavy-haired, blue-eyed man, but actually a dark-skinned, Middle Eastern Jewish man. Christopher Columbus discovered America. Turns out, in fact, and it shouldn't be any shock to anybody, that the 2 continents of the Western Hemisphere had long since been settled and put to good use by a stunning array of peoples before Christopher Columbus ever set foot on land. Abraham Lincoln's emancipation of slaves and the 13th Amendment. So it's long since been held as a truth that Abraham Lincoln ended slavery. But in fact, we do truly know that that's not the case. And actually the 13th Amendment did not end slavery. In fact, it provided loopholes that have been utilised to continue to enslave Black and Indigenous people of colour for decades. We see that now in the mass overpopulation of prisons in America and all over the world. The other thing that drew my attention actually was looking at the misinformation that is printed in American textbooks, particularly because a lot of the people who commission those textbooks to be printed come from a certain stance or a certain area of politics. So information that is regularly misprinted in American textbooks. The removal of the KKK or references to Jim Crow laws. Claims that Muslims are violent and that's how they spread their religion. And misinformation about how Christians have been violent in the past, particularly when it comes to the Crusades. Misinformation about climate change. And misinformation on the Constitution, particularly the separation of church and state. So that's 2 of the accounts I'd like to highlight. And before I continue with the third, just thought I'd draw your attention to these date covers. And now I'm writing in the dates. So I made a little boo-boo and I wrote Monday as the 21st, when in fact it is the 22nd. And so I had to use a load of whiteout and correction tape and a Posco marker, and it was a bit of a nightmare. So this was my fudging through the dates to get them done. But actually quite like this metallic marker. It's a very teal metallic blue colour. So the third account that I would like to highlight is das.penman. And this has a lot of UK facts. So obviously I am a UK based planner. I recognise that the BLM movement is not restricted to or unique to the United States of America, and in fact racism and systemic racism and white colonisation and the whitewashing of history are certainly not unique to the United States of America. And I do, as I said, feel really strongly that our children should be taught the truth. It's not about indoctrination, as President Trump would like to say. It is about truth. It's about making sure that our children have the right information about our history rather than what feels comfortable to white people to tell. So there's lots of UK facts on colonialism, slavery, civil rights and police brutality, and not only how those things link to what's going on now, but also how that misinformation has led to the divide that we see in our country. And so I think it's really important that that accounts like this highlight in a really clear and concise way with proper facts and sources that can be checked exactly what's going on. So this planner really is, I've mentioned before, a creative way to either memory keep, so plan retrospectively what I have already done, or to just highlight some of the important things that I'm going to be doing on certain days, whether it's something fun or something very important I need to remember. The bulk of my day-to-day planning is actually getting done at the moment in a Mrs. Hinch Holmes Hinch List book. I just find that having several bullet points per day a really quick and easy way to plan at the moment, because otherwise I find myself getting a little bit bogged down. And then when I have meetings or discussions with people, I will bullet journal those. So I'm using my bullet journal to write down key information and record meetings so that I know what I need to do for the coming weeks. So these planners really are kind of my creative outlet at the moment, and I am hoping to plan forward a little bit more, but at the moment everything is just a little bit crazy. I'm hoping that it's going to start to get a lot easier soon. I'm really happy to say that I've got some annual leave coming up over the summer, so I'm hoping that's going to make a difference and mean that I can start planning ahead more. And actually I'm really excited because I'm soon hoping to set up my Archer and Olive bullet journal. It's a new bullet journal I've got that's a craft paper bullet journal, and I'm really excited to get creative with the craft paper and do lots of different layouts. I have actually already pre-designed some of the beginning layouts just to get ahead of myself, so that when I come to do that video, that will be a little easier. I'm hoping that will either be the next video that goes up or it'll be the video after that. I will already be through the middle of July by then, so unfortunately it won't be ready in time for the start of July as I was hoping, but I still want to include July rather than start in August, because I just want it to be for the second part of this year rather than carrying over into January as well. So just writing in these few last details. I really should have highlighted, I'm sad that I didn't, where I've put June's birthday tea. It was actually her 80th birthday, which was amazing. And it was lovely to be able to celebrate her, albeit socially distanced on her driveway, but it was lovely to be able to see her and see her enjoying her birthday. So now just filling in the details of the challenge. So this was the hashtag Happy for Change challenge set by @QueensFancyPlans and @KatieDid_plans. So thank you to them for setting these challenges. It's been really lovely to stretch my creative legs a little bit with this, because with these stickers I did start from scratch. And I should also give a shout out to Canva. It's given me the opportunity to get creative, and so I'm really pleased that I found that. So that is the spread for this week. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, and consider subscribing to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. Also, please consider following me on Instagram. My personal account has a BLM highlight raising awareness, and my journaling account has my sticker highlight, where you can see all the details of the stickers that I made, and also how to get your hands on them yourself if you would like. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.